This is my duck flock. I have Lil G, Salt, Pepper, Chocolate Chip, and Quack Sparrow in the back. Chocolate Chip and Quack Sparrow are both drakes. We actually got 3 more. Get me all wet. We just got 3 more ducklings from Tractor Supply, 3 black cayugas. And I have 7 eggs in the 7 duck eggs in the incubator. They have not started laying yet. These eggs are from a friend of mine, and she got hers from an auction, and her hen was very bred. So she gave me the eggs to see if I could hatch them out, and we're gonna split the ducklings, or I'm gonna keep them all, either way. But this is what I have for my ducks. It is a 5-foot pool. I would like for one day to get a pond. But for right now, this is gonna have to do. This is a small chain link fence. It's probably only about 3.5, 4 foot tall, and it's probably a 6x8. This is not all that they're going to have. This was only temporary, and it's been a little bit longer than I've wanted it to be. But they will be going in with my chicken flock and living in the shed that I have that we're building for them, the 10x8 building. And they'll have the ground to roost on and to lay eggs. And then the adults, and then the babies will have, or then the chickens will have their bigger area. I had this out all day because yesterday I let the 3 baby cayugas swim, and as you can see, they missed it yesterday, and they didn't have it at all today until just a minute ago. But they are loving it. Oh, and I need to tell you breeds. The 3 little ones that we have are black cayugas. The eggs that I have are buff duck crosses. We don't know what the male was, but those 2 are khaki Campbells. It'll focus on them again. Those 2 are khaki Campbells. That's a Rowan. And those 2 are Pekings. I had one more Rowan female, and I thought all of them were female, but I had one more Rowan, and it was definitely a female. But she got attacked by a predator. If you are from Instagram, you would have, and you've been there for a couple months, or even a couple weeks, you probably would have seen it. And she was beautiful. Her name was Alfredo. I tried saving her, but the wound, it was too deep, and she just couldn't walk very well. Get me all wet. And another thing that I think that I need to point out, and I think this is a very good point, and I think duck owners need to know this, or should know this beforehand. Beautiful. Ducks don't dust bathe. Getting all wet over here for y'all. Ducks don't dust bathe like chickens do. So if you have if you have chickens, you know that they dust bathe. Or even if you don't, chickens will dig a hole and they will roll around in the dust, in the dirt and the dust, and you can add ashes to it to make it better, but it protects them against different lice and mites. Ducks don't do that. So what these ducks are doing right now, splashing around and moving their feathers all around, that is how they dust bathe. It's a very easy, simple process, and you have to make sure they have clean water for them to do it and do it properly. But that's how they clean themselves. That's how they get rid of their pests, and if they have any, that's how they get rid of it. Everything that they have. We're actually going to be getting another 6-foot or 5-foot pool, and The 5-foot pool, this one and the other one will all be going in my chicken area. But yeah, this is my introduction video to my ducks. They are beautiful. And we actually just figured out that those two were drakes because of the curly feather on their tail. You probably can't see it. You might be able to. I'll do a video later explaining. But he has it and he has it. And then the ones that we're hatching will either have them or... Then they don't actually get there until they are... I think these are 3 months, 3 or 4 months. I think 4 months is kind of like the latest that they would get it. But yeah, these guys are doing really well. Also, another point that I want to hit on is ducks are natural swimmers. The Pekings are not. They are more of a meat duck breed. So if you are going to get them and you want to use them for layers instead of having them get really big really quickly, introduce them to water and keep them with other ducks that like water more. Keep them with ducks that like the water more, and they will get into the water and they will actually slim down. They will not get as big, and they won't get as big because they're swimming. When they're swimming, they're using more muscles and they're exercising a lot more. And that's how mine are actually smaller than some of the other ones that you've seen. They have shed a lot. They're pulling out feathers that need to be pulled out. Feathers are falling out that need to fall out, and new ones are growing in. They have not started laying yet. They're only 3 or 4 months old. So we still have 4 months until an expected egg. They take 7 to 8 months. And by then my building will be up, and they will have safe places to nest and also safe places to go broody if they would like to go broody in the spring. And the duck flock will only get bigger from here. I'm hoping that she'll go broody in the spring and give us some little ducklings. I think that would be amazing. And they'd be Khaki Campbell crosses. Anything that I have would be Khaki Campbell and whatever the mother is, whether it's the Peking, the Cayugas, the buff duck crosses, or her. And what I use down here is pelletized bedding. I haven't done it in a day or two. Not a day or two. It's been probably 3 or 4 days since I've done it. And that's why the flies are a little bit bad right now. But they have chick food right there. Their water's over here. It ran out. I don't put a whole lot of water in there just because of they have their pool. And it gets really nasty. So they normally drink from the pool, which is fine. They'll do that. And I've found that is all they really particularly need. But thank you for watching this little introduction to my duck flock. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments, and I will answer them in a part 2 or in the comments or both. I gotta go turn this water off. It's starting to overflow. Catch y'all in the next one.